So, good day everyone, and welcome to today's what? Welcome to today's class. And today we are going to be looking at what? We are going to be looking at two things. One is going to be on what? On money laundering, and the other one is going to be on what? On professional what? Liability. The first part is going to be on what? On money laundering, and the second part is going to be on the what? The professional what? Liability. Basically, I know some of us, I'm very sure w- we have heard something of word of money laundry before. And money laundry is one of the word, the activities that is against the word, the public policy. So meaning now that word as we don't expect what any organization and we don't expect what any individual as well to be engaging in what in money laundering because every society in the world consider it as a word as activities that is against the what the public policy. I've not seen any government in the world encouraging what money laundering. So this is a word now, this is a tax whereby you as an auditor as well, we need to what? We need to remain alert of this particular words, of this particular practice. Because you may be looking at that, okay, why is the auditor interested? Why are we talking about it? Because as a word, as a professional, as a word, as an auditor, one of your word, your key duty, or as an accountant as a whole, sir, one of your key duty is to protect the word, the public interest. The public interest comes first before your employer interest. You as a word, as an auditor, the public interest comes first before your what? Your client interest. So you as a word now, you as auditor, you are expected to what? To protect the word, the public. If you discover that anything that is against the word, the public policy, please, you have to try as much as possible to what? To disclose it. So basically, what we are going to be looking at, just like if you look at the word, the group chat, I've sent the word a series of questions relating to what? To money laundering. So there are different things, and looking at the word from the past question, we have what different types of word of question in the words in the exam when it relates to what? To money laundering. There are some time whereby the examiner will ask, okay, what are the policy and procedure that the organization would need to take when it comes to what? To money laundering. There are some time the examiner will ask that, oh, evaluate what? If you look at this now, these are some of the questions I will be looking at. Evaluate whether there's any what indicators of what of money laundering. So the purpose of this is for us to also be what? Is for us to be alert that, oh, it is something that is what? It is an instant. If some of us remember, we used to talk about what? NOCLA, non-compliance with what? With laws and regulation. This is an example of what? Of things that is against the public policy. So it is our duty as what? As auditor to make sure that what? We remain alert during our what? During the audit process to make sure that what? Our client is not what? They are not engaging in what? In money laundering. And this particular task that we are doing now is not, it doesn't start from the planning stage after you have accepted engagement that you now be checking whether your client is engaging in things that is against the public policy. No, from the word, from the beginning, before you even accept. And that's why we need to do a what? We need to do a due diligence. Due diligence in terms of what? Due diligence in terms of what? We need to check them. The first thing, if a client approaches us that, oh, I want it to be what? My auditor for this particular quarter of date, we need to request some certain documents from them. Can you give us your certificate of incorporation, a brief profile about your what, your director? So you as the what, as the organization, what are you guys doing? You also need to know the world, the client, their business. Who are the world, the stakeholders that is controlling this world organization? Just like, for example, now at least if it is what maybe you want to open a certain bank account now, there are some details that the bank will request from you. So same thing as as the auditor as well will request those details from the key management team. So basically, money laundering is from money laundering can be viewed from three ways. Money laundering can be viewed from three ways. We have what we call words. Money laundering can be from there's what we call words. There's what we call placement. There's what we call layering, and there's also what we call integration. And if you look at this simple diagram here, placement is that the word placement is a collection of the dirty money, and they will place it in the bank account. They will have the cash, then they will lodge it into the bank account. The dirty proceed, they will lodge it into the bank account. Then once the placing is in the dirty money is integrated in in the financial system. Then the next thing that will now occur now is layering. Layering is that now they will now be transferring those money into different bank accounts. Maybe 5,000 here, 6,000 here, 2,000 here. They'll just be as if it is is a payroll account. That is layering. Layering is the transfer of fund between. It can even be maybe within our It can even be within the country or the world. It may be outside. They'll just be circumventing the fund. It's still going to be through bank. From transfer to bank A to bank B to bank. It's still It's still within the financial system. And the first thing is that the dirty money will be placed in the financial statement. That is placement. The second activity now is the layering. Layering whereby it will be you transfer it to different account. Or once this particular one account to receive the bulk, then that account will now be as if you are as if it is salary account. So that account will now be they transfer. And the last one is now what we call integration. Integration is that that particular now, that particular fund cannot be used to do like they cannot be lodging into a business. So I see when you see it now, to look and say, okay, at least they are working now, things is going on fine. So that is integration. Integration and that dirty proceed will now be brought back into into the economy. So you can see some of the diagram there. They can use it to buy a house, first class, some big cars, some jewelries. That is purchase of luxurious asset. So these are these are the stages of money laundering. The first stage is is the placement. It is the force. The transaction under the law convert the black money into white money. Is the world converting the dirty money into into clean. Then they will now place it in in the financial system. As if it is as if it is legal. Then the next one is is layering. Layering is that now. That fund will now be they will be transferring into They'll be transferring into a different bank accounts. And the last stages of money laundering is is integration. Integration here, I say, is the point where the launderer believe that the black money has been blended so much that it is into the white economy, that it is difficult for anyone to separate it. So it will look like everything is fine from the onset. It's clean money. But it has passed through the previous two stages. The dirty, take it to the financial system. From the financial system, we transfer it to a different bank account. They can even withdraw it. They can be using it to be doing even some business that you feel like, okay, the business is legitimate, but how do you get the proceeds? That's the problem. How is the source of fund? Just like, for example, now let's say a politician now is what maybe he was is circumvent some certain amount of money, and after that money, he's now using it to do a legitimate business. But the real question is, what? How do you get the fund? It's just like, for example, now you have a what? Now you have someone that is what? Someone that his monthly what? His monthly salary is what? His monthly salary is, let's say, 500,000 naira. And then 500,000. Then when you now check the turnover in his bank account, he's now having billions of naira. How come? How do you say it? And you only have one employment, and your net salary is 500. So how do you are able to have, let's say, 250 million in your bank account? How? Even if you spend 35 years in service, you can't have that savings. So, and one of the things that, especially when you come across a question in the exam, if it is a cash business, they are prone to money laundering. If it is if it is a cash if it is a cash business, majority of their activities is cash, they are very, very prone to money laundering. Because how do you even want to trace that? It will be very, very difficult. Because let's say Mr. A will come, will pay cash. Mr. B will come, will pay cash. So they can just declare one day that their total sales is 50,000. So they can have there's one particular video that I watched. At least if I see the link, I can send it to the group chat, whereby some launderers, what they will do is they will just go to some club, and there are some club that maybe your annual salary, I mean the monthly sales is, let's say, is less than 1 million. So they will give the money to the launderer, to this particular club. Then the club owner will be taking it to the bank, taking it to the bank. Then they will just wake up one day and they will transfer it to offshore. Because, for example, now someone that is business is club. And for example, now you feel like that's the money that people spend overnight. But they could have in this particular story, they partner with the owner of the club, and they'll be giving him that amount. So he'll be keeping it in his own bank account. And if the business deposit and a business of such nature, it will be very, very It will be very, very rare for you to trace, because it'll be like anybody can come to the club and they will spend that particular amount. So if it is first of all, look at the nature of the business. There's no to be honest, there's no any business that cannot engage in money laundering. But let's say you are going through, I think we have a practice question that we are going to look at now, that it is a cash-based organization. So whenever you have that, please just try as much as possible to be careful. So another very, very important thing is that as organization, as a professional auditor, what are some of the things that we need to do? Because we are saying now that this thing is not good. So we also have some words as the auditor. We also have some role to play when it comes to this money laundering. Meaning that what is the role of the auditor? As the audit firm, what is our role? That is one of the most important things. That is, what are the policy and procedure that we must put in place, so that we can able to even maybe during the background stage we didn't know, but now that we are you have been appointed as the auditor now, how can we what are some of the things that we can do? What are some of the policy and procedure? This is also another very important thing from the audit perspective. What can we do? And there are a lot of things that the audit firm can do in order to make sure that our client, or even if our client is doing money laundering, we're able to spot it during our work, during our course of engagement. So please, Madam Eze, what do you think is the word? Because we are saying now the objective is this thing is not good, and we want to eradicate it. So what do you think are the some of the role of the word of the auditor in terms of what is our role when it comes to this word, when it comes to this money laundering? What are some of the things you feel the audit firm should do when it comes to money laundering? Can you try, please? What do you think? As the word, as the role of the word of the audit firm when it comes to money laundering, what are some of the things that we can do when it comes to this? Anybody, please? One of the word, the
Yeah,
most. Okay, go ahead, please.
yeah, I think probably if they notice a transaction they cannot trace, probably through a revenue source or something, probably they will call the attention of the chief finance officer.
Okay.
Then if they cannot explain where the source of money is coming from,
Yeah. And that can be a flag.
yes, they will probably point it out in their reports.
Yeah. That's fine. Thank you so much, man. So, but how do you think we can able to spot that?
Okay,
So,
how we can spot it?
yeah, how do you think we can able to spot it? So, true was at least maybe one thing that can relate that point can be education and what and training of our staff.
Okay.
Because if we're able to give them a what adequate what training and what and development, they were able to what they were able to spot it and said, oh, because for example now, just like the way you narrate it, there's a certain transaction now. Look at that's fine. Then the first thing we do is for them to we need to perform assertion on it. They should be able to to explain it. But if you feel that the document is not worth the document that they are pointing at is not jiving, then that will serve as a word as an indicator. So for us to able to do what now, for us to able to come up with all those word strategy, then our education and training is the very very worth important things. Then another thing which is apart from words words is about having what we call what money laundering reporting officer. The audit firm should these are policy and procedure. That's what we say what appointment is there in the what in the article. Appointment appointment of what money laundry reporting what officer. Within the engagement team, we should be able to have a money laundering reporting officer, whereby his own task is to what is to be looking for what is to be receiving what you can receive. You should be able to assess the organization and determine whether they are engaging in in money laundering or not. Another very, very important thing is that the audit firm, another policy and procedure the audit firm can do is about what client screening. You don't just what? We don't just accept we don't just accept any client. We need to do what now? We need to try as much as possible to know them. It's not because if you remember in one of our I think in last class we talk about what practice management, way in which accountancy firm can obtain engagement. So that's fine. So, but you are also a business organization. That's one thing. But we need to make sure that the revenue that we are generating through the course of our professional service, you don't just accept just because we are looking for money. We want to increase our client base without doing a proper client screening. Another thing which we can also do is to review the client anti anti-money laundering policy. review the word decline anti-money laundering. Let's check it because most organizations will have what they will have policy, and there are different types of policy. So any policy that is what that is trying to address what money laundering, then as the auditor, you should be able to what to review it. Then another one, which as the audit firm is what we can also maintain audit firm proper record. So and another one which I'm going to explain very soon now is auditing member. But this one is funny, not sure. Should not be what? Should not should not should not tip off. So and when we say word tipping off simply means that let's say for example now, let's say there's a word ICPC, let's say a case study of what in Nigeria now. There's economic award and financial crime commission. So let's say for example now EFCC is in certain location now. So tipping off means that let's say for example now you just post it on your what on your group chat now, or someone just post it on the what on the status that oh EFCC is in this particular what location. Oh. You know, people that engage in what in activities that is against what EFCC is what is fighting for. What do you expect them to do? They run off. That is what tipping off. And tipping off is what is like, for example, you know, in public practice, if you give bribe, is wrong. If you also receive bribe as well, is also what is also wrong. So tipping off is also like a what? It's like criminal offense. That you giving a what a notification to the words to the launderer that oh maybe just to tell them that oh in this location these people are here, and once that information is available, what they will do, they'll just change their location. So that is what we refer to as a what as a tipping off. So we should able to what to train our words. We should able to train our audit team member as well not to do any of such. They shouldn't do it. And that's where what even the issue of what of confidentiality is coming from the word from the engagement team. Even though we're able to identify, but we shouldn't give them a word. We shouldn't give them some forms of behavior that they will start suspecting that oh, I hope these people are not aware of what we are doing. Even though you were maybe we are trying to what to still conduct further investigation, but we should try as much as possible to just keep it within ourselves and make sure that we have the word enough evidence. Just like someone wants to engage in what in whistleblowing. At least before we do the whistleblowing, we must make sure that we have the evidence to to support whatever we are saying. So we shouldn't give them we shouldn't give the client any chance to suspect that oh maybe we are aware of what they are doing. So these are some of the policy and procedure. These are some of the tasks that the audit firm should do when it comes to when it comes to money when it comes to money laundering. These are some of the things that we should do. We should educate our engagement team. Appointment of of money laundering, a proper client screening, which is the most important thing. Because our team will be qualified, let's put it that way. But a proper client screening from the beginning, we should make sure that we are onboarding the right set of people, the right company, not just to just to increase our client base, a proper due diligence. That's also what we refer to as the due diligence. So these are some. And whenever you come across because I think that was the question in June 2014, question 2. It's asking that, okay, Can you tell us what 5 policy and procedure? What do you think what the audit firm should do? And these are what even there are some things that we can provide answer to from our own generic words, from our own generic knowledge. That as the audit firm, we are saying that this thing is what is bad. Our client should not be able to do it. So what is our role? So the policy and procedure is the role of auditor when it comes to what money laundering. So another thing that we can now let's now work now. Don't forget so far. What we talk about is is the stages. There's placement, there's layering, and there's integration. And we also make mention that money laundering is things that is against the public policy. Organizations should not engage in such practice. So what is the role of the auditor? What do you think we can do? Because the government is what is fighting it. If you look at the article that I signed, you can see the international tax fraud. This is the financial tax fraud on money laundering. This is like international organization just to fight money laundering. So they set they set the standard, and promote the policy to combat it. And also it's not only about money laundering, they also terrorist finance. So if you look at our own local jurisdiction, we have we have agency that is in charge of these activities. At the international level, this is the financial tax fraud on money laundering. So what is our own role as well? And please, our own critical role, which I'm still making reference to, is the most important thing is education and training of our staff is very, very important so that they're able to detect it. The client's training is very, very important. It's not all engagement that we need to continue. It's not all tasks that we need to accept. That's one thing they always will tell us in practice. It's not all engagement that we need to continue. Just like a normal employee as well. It's not all work. Okay, you went for the interview, you are appointed, but it's not a must you continue doing it. If you feel that there's a lack of alignment to your value system, then what you do, walk away. So let's look at this word now. Let's look at this question now. 3A. This live word. I'll still give some assignment as well. So this is what now, section B. And the requirement is discuss the implication of the circumstance described in the words in the notes and explain the nature of any reporting that should take place by the senior auditor. So let's look at this together. Discuss the implication of the circumstance described in the words in the audit senior notes for 6 mark. So now let's go. You are a manager in what can occur responsible for the audit of a whole managerial business which operates a chain of bar and restaurants. Look at it. In the bar and restaurants, there are some words. There are some organizations that they are prone to it. Anything bar and restaurant, or any organization that you feel that they are likely to engage in cash a lot. Because, for example, now, if someone, and just imagine one individual now approach a bar and restaurant, and able to negotiate. Don't worry, I'll look for the internet and search for that video. It's on what? That one is on a business that relate to this. So they negotiate with the guy that don't worry, we'll pay you this also amount. So what they will just do is they will deposit it in their own bank account, and later they will not transfer it. That is the placement. Today is what? Today is Sunday now. By tomorrow, they will take the money to they will take it to the bank. So let's say if a word now, a bar and restaurants deposit a word now, deposit 1 million, but you feel like, oh, because that is the nature of the word, that is the nature of the business, so they are prone to it. This is your famed first year audit, auditing the client, and the first year engagement is always what? Is always very difficult. First year audit is always very difficult, to be honest, because we don't know them before. So the financial year ended the 31st of March 2012 is underway. The audit senior sent the word a note for your attention. When I was auditing revenue, I noticed something strange. The company revenue, which almost entirely was cash based, is recognized as what 5.5 million in the draft. However, the accounting system shows that still receipt of cash paid by customer amounting to what? To 3.5. So you can see now their total revenue is what now? The total revenue is 5.5. However, the accounting system shows a total receipt of cash paid by customer amounting to what? To 3.5. This seemed odd. So I questioned what the financial controller, just like what you make mention, is it? You ask them question. That's cool about this. She said that Jack, Aaron, the company owner, deal with cash receipt and post through journal dealing with cash and revenue. I even asked Jack the reason for those journal, but he refused to give what explanation. So you can see now that even the financial controller is not what he doesn't have reason because he's saying that the owner of the company, Jack, deal with what cash receipt and post through journal dealing with what. So that means that he's the one in charge of what cash and revenue. He's like the owner of the business now. He's the one in charge of the cash and revenue. Even what the financial controller is not what the financial controller is not aware. Okay, and he refused to what to give explanation for it. Let's go on. While auditing what cash, I noticed a payment of 2 million was made by electronic what transfer from the company bank account to oversee. Most of the time, that's what they do. They will transfer it offshore. And this particular example that I'm saying, don't worry, I'll try as much as possible to look for that video. This one was in Dubai, and this one, the transaction occurred in what in UK, and the layering is transferred to what it was in UAE. While auditing cash, I noticed a payment of what of 2 million made by electronic transfer from the company bank account to oversee what financial institution. The bank statement shows that the transfer was authorized by Jack, but no other documentation regarding the transfer was available. Harmed by the signs of this transaction, the lack of evidence to support it, I questioned Jack, which is cool, asking him about the source of cash received and the reason for the electronic transfer. He could not give any answer. Become quite aggressive. It become what? Aggressive. So then after that what? Discuss the words, the implication. Discuss the word, the implication. Describe. What do you think is the implication of this? Anybody?
What's the implication?
Can anybody try?
Um, the implication, it seems that you first of all suspect that there's something fishy somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably that's, especially when you check the amount difference between the 5.5 and 3.5, which is almost $2 million.
Yeah.
And he also noticed while auditing the cash, he noticed the payment of 2 million that was wired outside.
Yeah.
So it's actually telling you that that's a kind of money laundering
I know.
somehow going on.
And can you say the funniest thing is that when you try to ask, he goes, "What?" Well, let me highlight that statement so that when we are brainstorming together, what we'll say. So when he could not give words, he could not give answer,
It's,
and it become what become very aggressive. So these are what now from this information that we have now, at least we can conclude that there's something wrong about this world. There's something wrong about this company. So some of the words here now, okay, let's first of all do something. In terms of what picking up some of the word, the points that we can depict from word from this question. Clock. So just before drafting now, one at least we can see is a word. There is a owner because that financial controller did not know anything.
mm,
Another thing is this is they engage in bar and restaurants. And a complaint of this nature, they are very, very prone to it. And this is the word, the first year word. This is the first year audit that we are doing with them. And another thing is we make we they recognize a what now a 5 million. I'm sorry, 5.5 as their revenue. But they say, however, the accounting system shows a high receipt of cash pay by customer amounting to 3.5. So now there's a difference. The draft is saying what now? 5.5. But what the accounting system is saying that oh your sales to what to customer is actually what. So there's
point.
this where is we now need to look at where is that 2 million coming from now? So so at least in the exam they will give you what a notepad. So one of the things that as you are reading it, you can just be what can just be noting down before we can now what draft now. So strange difference of what now of 2 million. Sales recognize FX versus the what the cash receipts from customer. So that is one. Another very surprising thing is that that we can also see is that the owner deal with what is the one in charge. The owner what the owner deals with cash, even the financial on the cash receipts, financial controller is not the one doing that and post them. The man is that means that the man is an accountant. Uh, and so this one is also another problem for me. Like no what, no SOD. There's no what, there's no segregation of duties. Because imagine owner of the what is the one posting the what, posting the transaction. I can even say owner. This is just like a draft national. We write it better. Is in what is in a position to manipulate. Results of the fraud. Money laundering. Okay. Now, another thing that we can remember, there's overseas transfer. How much is it, sir? They give us the amount. So you can see now that that is the what? That difference. Do you see it? Hello?
Yeah, yes.
You know that the funny in their revenue, it is showing 5.5.
5, yeah.
But the financial statement is showing what? Their
3,
ERP is showing
5.
3. So it's like they want to pay the guy back now. So there's a transfer of what? Of 2 million. And this is like the layering. Another thing, no source document. Because the guy was just angry. No source document of what? Of oversee transfer. So this is a what? A books of what? Money laundering. And the last one is very, very what? Guys, very aggressive behavior. So these are some of the words. These are some of the things that we can depict from word. What's the name of the guy, sir? These are some of the things that we can depict. So just try as much as possible to relate to the scenario very well. What's the name? Aaron. And this like means management is concise and because why are you angry? So these are what. So as you are reading it, looking at your word, your exam dates, just be what. As you are reading it, just try as much as possible to just what be picking words, be picking something out, and before we can now what. So is there anything that you feel we can add? So discuss the word, even from this word, from this circumstance that we can what, that we can depict, is already words, is an indicators that there's what, there's something wrong with this, there's something wrong with this business. So, and explain the nature of any reporting that should take place by the what?
Audit senior.
Audit senior, any nature of any, and if in the at the introduction level, if we discover that what our client is engaging in what in money laundering, which we are still going to get to, firstly, we should report to those charged with governance. Another thing was what we can report it in our audit report. And the third one is what we can report it to the relevant authority. So here now, those are some of the words, the nature of the reporting. So now, let's now go now. Okay, is there anyone, sir? Okay, this one is on. So we have this word now. Um, please give me some few seconds. I'm coming.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So I think let's just go now. So these are words. We can just write words. Let's go. So if you want to present it now, and what we let's address this first. So what we are doing now is on the word the implication. So so what is the implication in the words in the audit report? So we can now go now and say what various words, various circumstances. And the name Aaron may be. So we'll just be using that word. Aaron. Various circumstances indicate that Aaron may be using the words, maybe using the company to carry out what? To carry out money what? Money laundering. And what? Due, due to the nature of this what? this business. Gosh. What can I do? And the environment. Aaron, what's the name? Aaron, can say I think is the MD. Fail to give a proper what? Proper explanation to return 2 million what? 2 million additional what? Cash out. What? No supporting documents. That's one. So this one is due. So another thing, at least from the beginning, we have already what? We have already called the attention of the what to the examiner that various circumstances, and this is just one now, indicate that this business will be what? This business is engaging in what? In money laundering. So you can also go further. Aaron, what's his name? Because another thing now is, which we can also write, the is the one that is what? Is the one that is posting the word. Is the one that is posting the word. Aaron. Which is the owner. Aaron, which is the owner. Posting a cash transaction. Let's see. Financial controller. So sometimes you can be, instead of using, you can say the financial controller, just be using word that you can what. So rather than saying financial controller, or maybe that you can be just use the name. So maybe I can write what now, financial controller, then I'll what financial controller, maybe bracket, or instead of saying financial controller self, just be using word that is what we can pick from the words. So just to show that what we are relating with the question. So let's try as much as possible at any time, even when you are just be using things, even sometimes you can just, but make sure you use word that is very relatable to the word, to the question. So instead of saying what, I
Okay.
think I made a mistake somewhere. So now instead of saying MD, so you can be using the word, the name of the words, the name of the owner. I
All
hope you
right.
understand.
Okay.
So the financial controller, I don't. So after this, another thing can also what? Another thing that I can remember when you question the guy on R1, aggressive behavior. So, and the electronic one transfer shows that he is genuine. The source of the transaction. So I can write this on full as well because this is what electronic what electronic word transfer shows that you have something to what to hide. This behavior is said was lacking in what in integrity and indicates that there's no genuine reason for one for the journal. So these are words. Another thing, which one can we pick? We have talked about no source document, oversee, no, I have made mention of segregation of duty. So the nature of what of the business. So these are some of the things that we can watch. And what about let's even say I want to do the materiality. If we want to determine and when we get to planning, we can determine materiality using three bases. We can use the what, we can use revenue, Yes, if I remember. When we get to plan, we'll be talking more materiality. So if we want to, we can determine materiality using total assets. And I think in the exam, we should used to use 1 to 2%. We can also use revenue. And revenue usually, I think 5 to 10%. And we can also use profit before tax. I think no, revenue is this one that is 5 to 10, yes. Then revenue is usually what 1 to 2 as well. So this particular transaction now, which is 2 million. So if I say what now, 2, then the total revenue is what? Is 5, then multiplied by 100. This is I'm very sure, but let's see. But the amount look material, not sure. So you can also so once a number is what is given to us, we try as much as so. If I say 2, then divided by what 5.5, then multiply by what 100 now. So I'm sorry, let me do it again. So that will still be like around what? Let's say 2 divided by 5.5. As you can see, it's very, very what? This is 36 what? 36% of the what?
Percent.
So this is the what? This is a material what? It's highly what? It's highly material. So let's go. We can also write something because for the examiner to just give us that number, they want us to do something. So when you have any number,
Yeah.
just try as much as possible to say something of what? Of materiality. The amount is highly what? Is highly material at 31, I think 36% of total what? Of total revenue. And sometimes and also it's 36%. So this is what 2 divided by what? Sorry, 2 divided by 5.5. Yes, 5.5. So the amount is at 36% of what? Of total what? Of total revenue. And for an implication of the audit as success. Engagement should approach as a high rate and degree of professional. Okay, so those are some of the things that we can watch. So, and another thing, even but this one is just like to acknowledge the words because the audit senior able to pick that up. So this is also like a good sign from our own what internal control system. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like for so and those are some of the things that we expect. So I can still what we can still write on the what the audit senior because it's a very important thing that able to what able to raise the word, able to alert the word the team. And if But I'm just trying to now think of further. Do you think that the company will feel that is a good thing, but
Okay,
we
on
want
the
to.
side of the auditor, or
No, I'm looking at it from the on the side of that's the normal, at least the auditor. Okay, that's cool for you being allowed to that. But I'm just looking at from the
okay.
client perspective now. Would they feel
Mhm.
that we know that they are engaging in money laundering through questioning them? You think? Because we
Yeah,
have,
definitely. From the
yeah,
questions that
mm,
is being asked,
yeah,
they know actually this is where this person is driving at.
yeah.
They will
So
suspect.
they will suspect, and this is what we refer to as the words. Then this is what we refer to as a tipping off. The audit
Okay.
member should not tip off. So for this guy now, but sometimes we don't know, not sure, but we
Mhm.
at least that's the word, the way auditor, because for him to you meet the FC, went ahead to
Mm,
go to meet the MD as well. Let me feel that was you guys. So let's write something about that. Let's because I feel that would be cool. So another
But
thing is
but
what
if
is
he
it?
doesn't if he doesn't question, how
Mm,
is he going to get the actual some of the how is he going to get the
the evidence.
yes, the evidence?
It's true now. Yeah, because how do you want to get it if you don't ask them?
Mhm.
I'm just feeling like, don't you feel like it's much?
Mm.
But
Except
hold on.
maybe the auditor can just conclude
Yeah.
without
But if you
opening up.
conclude now, that's another problem. I'm not sure how.
True.
So because if you don't, how do we? I pray I will not come across this thing in real life, sha. Because if you would, I'm just looking at it from at least what we usually say that you should always try as much as possible. Don't let the client know. That's one thing they usually tell
Mm,
us in what's in practice. So, but how am I going to do it? And I have approached two people now. Even the FC, that one is out to say he doesn't know
mm,
anything about it. So, but just let's just behave that this is exam,
mhm.
right? It's different from real life. So
Yeah.
let us say the audit was the audit senior, right? To raise the alarm. Oh wow. Questioning what? Questioning Aaron. Questioning Aaron about it. The audit team is patient. I think that is it. The audit senior was correct to raise the audit alarm. However, questioning Aaron about the what? About a transaction. Um, affect. The guy can just wake up one day and the owner will travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing because all these guys they don't have joy. Like so any small once you feel that word, see, they'll just leave the country, and most of them will go to a country whereby that bilateral word agreement is not there.
It's not
That
there to
you can't
repatriate them.
repatriate them. So these are some of the things that we can pick from this. I think there are still words. There's still other in terms of being a first year. I think is a owner manage is a problem. Nature of the word, the business is also a first year, so we don't know them before. And I think we are able to talk about some of the words, some of the point that we can pick. So as you are reading it from the
Mm,
word from the system, just try as much as possible, jot something down then before drafting it. I think that is one. Then it's not saying that. Explain the nature of any reporting that should what any reporting that should take place. That is from this particular part now. What are the some
mm.
of the things that we can who can the reporting? What can we do? What do you think we can report to? Explain the nature of any words, any reporting
14, yeah.
from the audit. So one thing, if something like this occur, the audit senior, because in every engagement scene, there should be what?
Mm,
Money laundering reporting officer. So the audit
okay.
senior should what? Should report. Just give me a few seconds. Should report the situation. The money laundering reporting officer. I cannot explain is a what is a nominated money laundering. The engagement team. So that is one. And that is one. Another thing is what from the word from the angles of the word of the organization, we usually have a word a form to fill, which is the firm that will fill this. But it's not as if we are going to send it out yet, shall we? But the first thing after the practice is once we see any instance, you report it to the money laundering officer is usually part of the engagement team as well. And
Okay.
it's going to what? It will ask us to what? To fill a form. That the form is just going to be, or if I can still what? I should be able to find what I'm saying. So what's the name of the word? The name of the company is Clan and Co. So the audit firm will probably standard what? Suspicion. So that is another thing. What do you think is another thing that can occur here? We'll report to money laundering. We'll fill a form. What else?
Probably the
If
money laundering officer will now escalate
sure, yeah, at least
something.
once we fill the form, we know that is already being escalated. So the we can also say the reports. And be once you fill, yeah, at least just like what you make mention, the report must be done as soon as possible as failure. Okay, that's it. Just like it's money laundering sometimes is like a whistle blowing.
Yeah.
If you fail to what you say it and you fail to
Hmm.
you fail to say something, then it's an offense as well. So these are what these are some of the things that the audit senior should watch. And another thing which we can also write, CLAR, which is the word the fame, the audit fame, audit fame can what um, can seek further what can seek further legal advice. So these are some of the things that they can do. So these are some of the reporting work when it comes to what to money laundering. Once you what you see it, go the first point of contact, the money laundering word reporting officer. There's always a word, a standard form to what to fill. You fill the form, it will contain like just like a fixed asset register. When the event that occurred, the nature, they will describe it. Once you describe it, the next thing is what the company will what will pick it up. Then at the head office or investigate it. And another thing is what you can seek a what illegal what advice, and it must be done as soon as possible because the way this senior see it, Nasha, that Jack. You feel like before the guy will leave the country.
Yeah.
So this is on what? This is on money what? Laundry. And I think what's this one?
Oh,
So please, do you get it?
yes.
So I think I have another one. This one is on what? Yeah, money laundering. This one is also on money laundering. Let's say comment, discuss the procedure. Okay. So these are the what? The procedure. So when they say procedure
Mm.
here, the procedure here are the what? What are the some of the things we expect the what? Some of the things we expect the company, which is the um way to do when it comes to work, when it comes to money laundering. Like have
Mm.
your what? Have money laundering reporting officer do the what now? We should do what? We should make sure that there's a what? Education and training.
Mm.
So that is what uh, the policy is about
Procedures.
and the procedure. So I think there's let's say evaluate whether. So let's look at this. The A2. So let's brainstorm this together.
Almost close to what we
Mm,
did.
yeah. Is there any difference, sir? Evaluate whether there's any indicators of money laundering activities. Okay, what's this? This one, implication. Okay.
Okay.
Implication, indicators. Okay, I think there's a little bit what. So
Mm.
let's just discuss this together. So this one is an indicators of money laundering. So that one is what implication of it.
Implication. Yeah.
So you're also what audit manager in a firm of Thompson, Co and chartered accountant. You have been recently assigned to the what to the audit of what Clean Co for the year ended
Mm.
31st, sorry, 30 September. And the accounting year ended is what is September. It's not what? It's not listed. The company is not listed and has been an audit client. So this one is not a what? It's an existing what? That's good. So Clean is a what? Is a national distributor of what? Of clean product. Buys the what? The clean product from wholesale and employ approximately what? 750 staff and sell the product both domestic and what and international. Around 75% of the so this is what I'm looking for. So based on what now? Based on the requirement now, at least the requirement is asking for what now? Let me just copy. It's asking for indicators. So being a what? A cash-based company sell. So one, 75% is an indicator of sales are what are made on what on cash. That's just it. Then you write some story about it. So once it's indicators, usually somehow straightforward. Then let's go. And each of the what the company sales staff prepare a cash sales report on the what. Can you see it very well? Because it's sounding
Yes.
funny. Each what
Each of the company sales staff.
they will prepare it what. I think that's what sales guys will do now. Everybody will have his own account or his own customer.
Mm. But do they prepare the accounts on monthly basis
Yeah, they will have his own. That this
individually?
one is my And this is no, it's not as if they'll they'll have their own record. Like,
Okay.
okay, this is my own customer. My own customer buy
Yeah.
10,000 naira today. Okay, let's continue.
Mm.
So according to what? According to the company chief executive, Simon Pico, in order to what to foster an entrepreneurial work spirit among his ward, each staff member is encouraged to make a cash sale and is paid on commission basis to sell the company product to friends and ward.
Mm.
So if you if there's any words, so to me, this one
Mm.
is also an indicator. So as we are reading it, let's
Yeah.
just be what you are paying commission is a problem. Commission base to increase rates. Yeah, there's one word we used to use, BO. I think I got it up. You just see one sales one day. Some of them may not be real. We'll go again. The next one, Mr. Baker led the team with a scheme and recently sold a cleaning product with a value of was 33,000 to a business associate of his. Mr. Baker is a word now. Don't forget, he's the CEO.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah.
Yes.
And he now said, "Well, Maker lead the way with his scheme and recently sold what? He's the one that is advising them
Mm-hmm.
to sell towards the company product to families and friends. So
Families
you
and
can say the word. The
friends.
paragraph even make it very easy for you by saying that, oh, the CEO lead the word. Sometimes the examiner like I was just like we are reading it because he's saying now that well, he lead the way with his scheme and recently sold a cleaning product with a value of what $33,000 to a business of what of his associate. He has
Associates.
transferred those funds directly into an offshore bank account in the company name in which he is a sole signatory.
Signature.
That's also what as another indicator because what this question is what you pick it then you explain it. So let's say what
Mm.
Mr. A black cap. 33,000. Another one. Transfer the money to overseas. Let's go. The next thing, reviewing of the working paper. You review the working paper and initial word meeting with the word it means to has identified the following potential word issue. Following
Mm.
your review of the word of the audit engagement word letter and the working paper of the taxation section of the audit file, you have established that the company perform what? Are we not the one? Okay. We perform what taxation computation for the company. Wow. And completed
Mm.
the tax return for the company and this chief executive. Wow.
Mm. Mm.
That's another what? That's another issue. So apart from auditing,
Yeah.
you're also doing tax for them. Okay. All of the taxation service has been invoiced to what to claim as part of the word of the total fees for the audit and professional work service. Okay. Mr. Personal tax return include a word is significant numbers of transactions following the purchase and sales of property in international location. So let me focus on that guy. Number one, Mr. What? Sorry, let's go. Stop. Tax return. There's numerous sales. Numerous buying and selling of property. Is he engaging in real estate? And another one, there's numbers of words of oversee bank what, bank accounts. Okay, that's what we can pick from here, child. So number 6, let's go. The taxation working paper include the details of what. Okay, we have picked this. During your initial meeting with, it informed you that the word Clinco is planning to develop a new website in order to offer online sales to what to customer. It asks our company to provide assistance with the design and implementation of the website and the online system. As a result of the audits, I can't say something bad here, Abby, but that is also another thing. But that one is not money laundry, but that one can relate to self-review, Abby. You get this part, man?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I said during your
Yeah.
initial words, you informed me that they are planning to have a new website. He asked this for your assistant in the design, so I think this one is not bad. Let's go to the last one. As a result of the audit review visit at the client premises, you have learned that the audit team was invited and subsequently what their annual
Office parts.
office party.
Familiarity.
Yeah, very well. So you can even see they also asked another one now, ethical and what and professional issue.
Issues. Okay.
Because you attending their party now, just like you have make mention,
Yeah.
is a familiarity. The client
Then
provided
even
so
computing the tax for them.
yes, doing the
It's
tax is a
also
self-review.
management threats.
Uh,
Okay,
they are
self-review. Yeah,
developing
yeah.
website is also a what a
It's
self-review
also
because the amount they capitalize now when we come back for the audit, we'll be seeing what IS 38 intangible asset there.
nonsense.
The client provide each members of our audit team with a free voucher. Wow, so they will give us voucher of what $30, which could be redeemed at the venue during the audit. The audit senior, hold on, who has worked on the audit for the last 3 years, has informed you that the audit team has always been encouraged
Attend.
so to
Attend the
attend the
party.
party in order to develop a good
Hmm.
client relationship.
Hmm.
And if I now look at this from money laundering, will you feel that we'll be thinking of disclosing to them? Because if
Hmm.
the senior is also what encouraging us to go,
Yeah.
you know, that also has some. Although it fits in into professional and ethical issue, but we can also
Yeah, but
add it.
have we been able to see any indication where we suspected the laundering?
No, what I'm just looking at here from this attending their party is
Okay.
that can make us not to disclose money laundering.
Yes, of course.
Mhm. And that's an
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah. It
So
is.
we can work now. Let's break that one out. Number 6, want to maintain good client relationship. As a result of this may be a what? Possibility. Possibility that the audit team would not be reporting the money laundering. So MMR. And can I even just what? Just write one. So these are what? These are some of the things that I say we should work now. We should evaluate whether there's any. So it's not even any, so it's much. So you can see this one is a little bit more straightforward. It's just for us to what? Look at the words, look at the case and tell us if there's any what, if there's any instance of what, of money laundering. So we'll pick it then. We'll just explain it what briefly. But we can all see now that there's an indicators of what, of money laundering. So that is on this particular what case, which is to evaluate whether there's any. So these are some of the words. These are being what, being majorly what, like 75% of our what, of our sales are made on cash is a what, is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there what? I think I still have what? There's a lot of past questions I've seen on point three. So this is the article, clear term saying. Then I think let's now watch. Let's look at let's go to the second section, which is on what, the audit what, liability. So basically, auditor, we don't like it, Masha, because but one of the way to eliminate this, to be honest, is by doing a good work. That's just it.
Yeah.
Because that is the only way liability can be eliminated. Because it's by doing what? It's by doing a good work. So audit liability can be viewed from two perspectives. Auditor liability can be viewed from what? From two perspectives. We can look at it from the angles of the contract law. So if it is under contract law, it is only the company that can sue the auditor.
Okay.
If it is under what? Contract law. Only because there's a contract between the company and the auditor. So under contract law, it is only the company that can sue the auditor.
The client now.
Yeah, the client here.
Okay.
Then under the second one, which is the law of tort, TORT, other stakeholders can sue the auditor.
Okay.
But now, whether it's going to be under contract law or it's going to be under the law of tort, three conditions must exist. Three conditions must exist before we can anybody can sue the auditor, in regardless of the law that they are trying to use. One thing that must exist first is the duty of care exists.
Mhm.
The second thing is now what? The duty is what is broken. The duty is
Okay.
breached. And the third one is the what? The client now suffer a loss as a result of the what? The auditor action. So whether the what they are coming, the stakeholders is coming under contract law or they are coming under the law of tort, these three conditions must exist. There's a duty of care, the duty is what is broken, and the what the
Okay.
client suffer a what a loss. If you remember in the words, maybe in our previous qualification or level, we used to talk about words out of core sentiment. Out of what? Out of core sentiment. But here,
Mm.
what we just discussed here is how can we able to what? The key thing is about how to avoid it. But before you can sue, the duty of care exists, the duty is broken, and the what? And the client suffer a what? The client suffer a what? A loss. So if these three things can be what can be proven, then you can go ahead to what to sue the auditor. Then on the final note, before we look at the question now, is we still has a question, and which is the starting thing I start with, is how can we avoid it? How can we limit it? There are various ways we can limit what audit what liability, but avoiding it is what you used to say that what prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
So if you want to word where we can limit audit liability, or the best is one, the quality of our work, the quality of the audit work should be improved. The second one is, especially in the words in the UK, but that one is not
Mm.
applicable to us. They used to have a what a disclaimer
Okay.
whereby the auditor will say that, oh, I'm only giving it to shareholder. Oh.
Mm. Yeah.
You anybody if you like come, it's only the words. So let me just
Mm,
write it just for
saying that.
knowledge purpose. So there are, it's like you writing what now SBL, and you're writing report. There are some report that you just say that, oh, you know what, you not take any liability
Yeah.
from whoever was apart from this.
Or in
So
financial
another,
reporting too.
yeah. So here, quality of the work. Another one that will be applicable to us is incorporation. If we incorporate the word the company, the entity is different from what? It's different from the business. So
Yes, yeah.
even though if the company fail and the company did not able to pay, it will not affect. It's just like in a normal sole proprietorship business now,
Mm.
the private property of the word of the owner can still be
Yeah.
but if it is on the words on a normal LTD, the owner is what is secure. And another one which is very common at least in Nigeria as well, we have it is LLP, limited liability partnership. So in limited liability partnership, the word the loss that the owner of the business, which is the partner, can suffer is the amount that they have agreed to what to contribute.
Okay.
So let's say for example now you are a partner and you say that, oh, I'm going to contribute what 4 million. So if there's a loss now or there's a liability and the our company is asked to pay fine, you can only lose that 4 million that you have contributed. You can't lose more than that.
No, that okay.
And there's also another one. At least this one is common in what in Germany. So Germany also have one thing whereby they used to limit it. that you cannot sue the auditor more than this. So, and if it is a listed company in Germany, it is annual itself is 4 million euro. So that is like the word, the cap. Well, if it is not worth, if the client is not listed, non-listed company is 1 million euro. So whereby they will cap it. And this one is usually, there's what we call, there's another thing that you call what? Intentional and unintentional. So, but how do you want to know that, oh,
Yeah.
the auditor committed? So this one they are saying, and they refer it as the word, the intentional cap. I'll be sorry, unintentional. And I'm sure now
Okay.
it's not, nobody is, there's not any audit firm that would like to what. I mean, if you look at it, we still want to do a good work now. Only that maybe some
Yeah.
people or maybe the partner did not review and they just sign it off. So there is to what there is to cap it. If it is a listed, you can't sue the auditor more than 4 million euro. And if it is not, if the company is not listed, it is what? It is 1 million. So these are some of the things. But the best answer, all these are just a way we can limit it. And that's why sometimes, at least when we get to syllabus section C now, we get to planning. I'm sorry, syllabus section D, there's always audit risks, and risk cannot be eliminated. We can only what? We can only reduce risks. Risk cannot be what? Risk cannot be zero. We can
Yeah.
only try as much as possible to reduce it. So these are some of the things that we can use to limit audit liability. And there's also another thing that we can have. There's what we call what, but this one is a strategy to pay, not shall. We used to have what we call PII, professional indemnity insurance. So whereby if there's a loss, it's the insurance company that will pay. Professional indemnity insurance. So these are what these are some of the strategy that we can use to limit to limit audit liability. So I also send one question. Let's cut together. I only have one here. So this is a company now. And the question is, explain the matter that should be considered whether is liable to this in respect of fraud. And let me say something on that fraud. It's the responsibility of the management too. But let's look at this case.
Yes.
That's just on the generic level.
Mm.
But let's look at what happened in this case. But fraud stuff is the manager. And don't forget, before you can sue the auditor, that three conditions. The duty of care must exist. The duty is what
It's
is
okay.
broken, and the client suffer a loss. So
Loss.
let's look at what now spinal cord. You are a manager in the firm of chartered accountant. You have just attended a monthly meeting of audit partner and managers, at which a client related matter was discussed. Information in relation to the two clients were discussed in the meeting is as follows. So there are two clients, and the focus here is on the spinal cord, the A part. The audit report of the financial statement, a long outstanding audit line for year ended 31st of December, were issued in April and was unmodified, so it's cool.
Yeah.
In May 2013, the audit committee contracted an audit engagement partner to discuss a fraud that have been discovered.
Mm.
The company world's internal auditor estimated 4.5, wow, has been stolen in payroll fraud, which has been operating since May.
2012.
Has been operating since May, so let's go for that, Nosha. But don't forget that back man. That is not how I did you. So you
Mm-hmm.
guys. The audit engagement partner commented that neither the test of control or our substantive tests were conducted on payroll. Wow.
Mm.
This one for my handle. So, in the words, in the audit of the financial statement in the previous year, there is no deficiency found. So, meaning now that the audit engagement partner commented that neither test of control nor substances were conducted on the payroll in the audit
Mm-hmm.
of the latest financial statement. As in previous year audits, there was no deficiency. So you can see now they just carry it forward that this year there's no deficiency as well.
Yeah.
Huh? The total what asset recognized in the financial statement is 80. So when they give you something like this, it's for you to calculate materiality.
Mm.
Now, the company is considering was suing us for the total amount of so the company is considering was suing us for the total amount of what cash stolen from the
Cash
company,
stolen.
claiming that the audit firm was negligent in conducting the audit.
Negligent. Yeah.
Wow. So what we now do? What do you think we are going to do now? Do you think that they are right?
In the sense that they have been auditing the firm for a very long time. Was that not what was said?
Yeah, they have. It's a longer standing client.
Uh-huh. Yes. So they have been doing that without
Longer standing.
auditing the payroll.
No, they do it in the previous year, and there was no any bad thing that is suspected, so they didn't bother to do it this year.
This year. Okay, yeah. And it was this year that this
And then
fraud
this fraud
was.
occurred.
Yeah. And you say it's negligence because the amount seems to be too big to be neglected.
It's 4.5.
I think it's material enough. But we'll
Do
check, sure.
4.5 of 80. 4.5 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. How much is
Okay, 4.5
that?
divided by 80. Oh, that's
How much is
5%. 5.6.
That's material.
Yeah.
Let me first of all start one statement. What? Okay, so just let me just copy this. Some, okay. So one thing that we can always do, at least I can even start my statement with, is material. The what? The payroll fraud is what? Is material at 5 points what? Is it 5.6, sorry?
Yes, 5.6.
4.5 divided by what? By 80 and multiply by 1. Stop. Now, let me show you one guidelines. Let's go back. Let's go. Not this particular statement. There's something what neither okay, let's go. Neither sense of control. But what's the first step? The first step is duty of care exists, Abby.
Yes, it does.
It does. So there's a breach.
Mm-hmm.
Neither types of control, non substantive. For the procedure conducted on what on payroll in the what the audit the latest financial system as previous what this year audit. Oh, payroll. So this is what this is a Netherlands. So which is what here now. I'm just for class purpose.
Mm.
They have breached. They have breached that principle. So I can also go further. The fraud, okay, which is also in the word, which is in the question, the fraud discovery by audit committee in what? In May 2013.
Mm.
Which is in what? Operating since May 20. That's been up. December 2012. Fraud was operating. I think this is 8 months now. I don't just want to come straight to them.
Mm.
But there's nothing we can do in this case. But I can avoid. So here now, how many marks they even give itself? I say what?
Oh.
I say 12 mark. So explain the matter that should be considered in determining one. That is one.
Mm.
Well, they is not. So another thing,
It's
that's one.
liable to be fraud.
We also go for fraud. a management responsibility.
Okay.
I've been now, so that's where I can hide. Jeez. That's, what do we have said? That is in ISA 240. But when it comes to fraud, to be honest, we know what there's negligence from our side, but it's still what. So
For you not to assume that since there was no evidence you saw in the last previous financial statement, and you assume that the current financial statement should be free of any
any wrongdoing.
yes, any wrongdoing. So is it not a breach?
It's a bridge, yes, now. That's why I make
Yeah.
point. It's a bridge. We acknowledge that. But
Okay.
okay, if I'm wrong, another party is also wrong.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why you can even say I've make mention of it here. That that's
Yeah.
a word, that's a bridge, which we all will
Okay. Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
So, but I also want to go further now that okay, I'm not the only one that is wrong.
That is
So they
okay.
are also wrong.
Okay.
So let me just write. Okay, management responsibility is primarily what management is what is present at the what are they not there at the time when fraud was occurring. Now I cannot bring in my own what now, my own responsibility. Secondary. Professional. Skill. What? If statement code. That is what the what. That's what the standard is saying. And so I can say what claim of 4.5 million stolen. So that is a loss. So I think they can sue us. So because there's a breach, and if there's a breach, so let me just cut this. Let me know. Let me put it somewhere. Cut and put it here. So you just what in the exam just hanging one word because they are wrong, but we are also wrong. But you still what you still fight it. So the basic three things is what the basic three thing is what is present in this word is present in this case. Because if you look at it, there's what now? There's duty of care is that we are going to do a what? We are going to do a good work, and the duty is what? The duty is broken, and the client what? The client suffer a what? The client suffer a loss.
A loss.
So as a result of that, they can actually make a claim based on the what? The standing principle. Please, do you understand, ma?
Yes.
So that is what we can what? That's what we can add in this word, in this particular word, in this particular question. So is
Yeah.
material, there's negligence, which is like a breach as well, and
Mm.
the client suffer a what? The
Which
client suffer a
loss?
loss. The result of the what? The loss that the client suffer now. So they are actually in a what? They are actually in a good position. So we can just write what? We can just write one conclusion now.
Conclusion.
Which we, because if they ask for the evidence of your words, there's no words our or what of Peru. We can't show them anything. So that is what they can, because it what the condition is it. So sometimes you may not even use all this. I'll be using the name of the company rather than saying the client company.
Mm.
Yeah, so the client.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just change this one. This one now go is likely to be what? Is likely to be able to successfully what? Prove that the words
So the
that
firm has like
that, that the audit is likely to be able to prove that the what the audit firm the audit firm has been what negligent in what in the audit of payroll. And what's the name of our company, sir?
you can put the name of the
Gambria.
woman call.
Okay, so that is what we can, and I think that will be what the examiner will be expecting, because the question is
Mm.
straight. All the one that we are just writing is just to look to get some mark. Explain. Okay, we have explained the matter, and that should be considered in determining whether there is.
Determine.
So they can if they want to, but we just need to fight it a little bit. But all the condition is present. You breach, and the what the
Yeah.
client suffer a what the client suffer a loss.
Loss.
So there's no how you want to con, and this is a payroll. Payroll is usually a material item, and you did
Mm.
not do any work. So that's carelessness, because there's no any work to show. Okay, we just believe that what happened last year. Last year is fine, then you carry it forward
Right.
this year.
This year.
So that is a mistake from the word from the auditor, and the client suffer a loss. So once those three condition word exist, then
Mm.
the client can what? They can make a claim.
Yeah.
So
They don't
that's
even
it.
know whether there are new staff that were recruited
Ah,
and
they
the
just go, and
system.
that's it now because they didn't do any bureau audit.
Yeah.
They just went ahead and just okay, everything is fine last year. Then it's also going to be fine this year. Now, internal control come with 4 point what? 4.5 million.
Mm.
So this is it on the professional words, the professional liability.
Liability.
Please, do you understand it?
Yes, I did.
All right. I think
Very well.
this is the only one. If I still check, if I see any past question, I can send it. But
Mm.
I think there are. But on money laundry, you can try this water, which
Okay.
is okay. But that one is theory, not sure. It's not that bad. So explain the
Mm.
stages in money laundry. So don't waste your time with it. Recommend
Mm.
4 elements of money laundering program that a firm such as this should have in place. All those money laundering reporting officer, those are some of the things that
Mm.
the examiner is expecting here. So the
Okay.
stages, the placement, the layering, and the integration. That is for 5
Migration.
mark.
Okay.
And the
Wow.
second thing is the examiner is saying recommend any 4 elements in anti-money laundering program, which the audit firm, that is, what are some of the policy and procedure that these companies should have in
Mm.
place. So
Mm.
all this one they are just it's on their book.
Yeah.
It's not nothing, no any story. So I think I have another one. I think that's what okay, there's York.
Mm.
And this one is on cash transfer. Please can you try this?
Okay.
This is York Limited. So that's why there's no need. This water doesn't add any value. So, but just focus on what. Just try this on the cash transfer.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you try it, and I think my mail is here as well. So you can always what thing. So let me just copy it.
Okay.
So just send it to me once you're what. Actual. So thank you so much for joining
Thank you
and
so much.
you're welcome. And
Ah,
take care. Sorry. I think you have been having classes, right?
yes. Yeah.
Oh
No, no,
yeah.
no, no. It's only this for today.
All right, no, that's good.
I'm just doing 2 courses now.
That's fine. All right, now I got to make it easy for you. Bye.
Amen. Thank you.
You're
Bye, sir.
welcome. Bye.
Yeah.